All right, what's good? Right now, I'm downtown Chicago at the UFC's gym. I'm here with striking coach Austin. What's good, man?
Nothing much, just trying to finish this week out strong. Finally starting to work out again, so a little bumped and bruised, but we're all good.
Good stuff, good stuff. Austin, you're a striking coach. All right, what got you into becoming a striking coach?
Really just being in martial arts, and I started striking when I was 8 years old. I had my first kickboxing match when I was 8.5, and just fell in love with it. Every sport fell off after that. I started football, basketball, baseball, and kickboxing. And after the first year, baseball went away. Year after that, basketball went away. By my third year, I was only kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Yeah.
How long you kickbox for? How many years?
So I started when I was 8, and then I stopped when I was 19. So I fought basically all the time, like all year round, every year until I was 19. That was eventually when I just kept getting hurt and injured during training camp. So I figured it'd be a better idea to go to school and get my degree, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, that's good stuff. Okay, how many tournaments do you think you competed in since from 8 to 19?
So tournaments, I fought in probably 10 tournaments, but have 34 fights total. A lot of fights are on kickboxing shows instead of tournaments, so it'll be like a card, just like a UFC card, but on a small local level, and I was just one of the fights on the card, really.
Okay.
But as a junior, a lot of my fights came from tournaments. That's a real easy way to find fights when you're younger, especially.
Most definitely. Most of them here in the Chicago area?
So there were a few. Growing up, there was always a couple cards here and there for kickboxing. A lot more now. Like, kickboxing really hit its low point in the early 2000s, and then MMA and UFC really sort of brought it back. Like, Muay Thai is huge now, kickboxing's big now, but I would have to travel around all over the country, and every year in Iowa there's a really big Muay Thai tournament called the Muay Thai Classic. There was a big tournament in Florida every year from the IKF. That was big kickboxing, so I would just go anywhere I could find fights, really.
So you start off at kickboxing, then you dabble in the Muay Thai, or you fully took on Muay Thai?
So my first 5 or 6 fights were all full contact rules kickboxing, which means you're wearing full pants, wearing karate boots, and all your kicks are above the waist. So all punches, all kicks above the waist. Mm-hmm. And I liked it, I had fun, but I always, in the back of my head, knew I wanted to do MMA one day, so I sort of got slowly into Muay Thai. My coach, I said to him, I want to fight MMA one day, and he said, all right, you need to start grappling, we need to start getting you into other rules kickboxing. So I started with not full Muay Thai, modified Muay Thai, so you can kick the legs then, and also just throw knees. And then once that's called international rules, K1 rules, modified Muay Thai. But Muay Thai, you have the kicks, the punches, legs, body, head, but you also have elbows, knees, you can clinch, so on the feet, as long as you're on the feet, you can grab them however you want, punch them while you grab them, knee when you grab them, and that just became my favorite thing. All my fights after that were pretty much Muay Thai, or I would take modified Muay Thai fights, but I started getting picky, and then that transition, it made me transition to MMA a lot easier for my last few fights. The one thing that I have always had to this day is I just have had anywhere from 10 to 20 older brothers at any moment. Especially when you're a kid, it's a weird atmosphere because not a lot of other children. It might be different now with, you know, it being a lot more of a mainstream sport, but it would basically be me, 10, 12, 11 years old, surrounded by grown dudes who are, a lot of them, bad MFers, you know, so I learned a lot. Like, it made me grow up really quick, so I definitely took a lot away from that. And to this day, they're my friends. They've helped me get jobs. They've helped me, you know, become an adult.
How many people are you training now, and how do you feel about training?
I'm training quite a few people. Each class can be anywhere from 10 to 30 people. but a few days a week we have more of a team that's a Muay Thai team, and we really work techniques and getting everyone ready to start sparring if they want to compete one day. That's one of my favorite things, is like getting people ready to possibly get in the ring. But I left martial arts for a long time. I basically, from when I was 19 to 23, just walked away, left, tried to go to school, got a job, got an office job, was a financial accountant for a year, and realized like this is just not for me. Like, I know what I can do, I know who I am, and now that I'm back here like teaching people, like it's just crazy how happy I am to see people like get better throughout the day. So it's really cool to see.
That's good stuff. So who are the people coming to you? Who are your clients? Or besides, you said Muay Thai teams coming in, but who else? Who are the demographics? You have younger kids, you have adults, teenagers, people who just want to learn.
So out here, it's definitely people who are older, a lot of people who live in the city. So if you're out in the suburbs, you'll have probably some younger kids, but in general, MMA, you're going to get an older crowd. But as far as demographics beyond that, you can get anybody, any color, any age, any above adult age, but any athletic ability, any skill level. Like, we let them walk in and we'll help you achieve what you can, achieve your greatness.
Do you still go to some of the fights? You watch them fight? The guys, do you train?
Oh yeah, so anytime that I can, I'll get out there. If I'm cornering somebody, I'll obviously get out there, tape them up, hold mitts if I have to. When I go to the fights, in general, just to watch, if I don't have a friend fighting, it's a little tough for me because I just get jittery and might want to start getting in there again. But yeah, I love going to the fights. It's my favorite sport by far. Like, I like other sports a lot, but MMA, I can talk to you about it for days.
See, I play football, so that adrenaline rush kicks in. Even like if I'm at the sideline, that adrenaline rush gets there. It's like, run. So how do you contain yourself being in the corner?
Oh, I'm more of a wreck when I'm cornering people than when I fought, because I can't control a damn thing. Like, once they're in there, I know when I'm in the ring, I can control my fate. I'm not controlling their fate, and I just get nervous for them. It's weird. I get more just not even cornering them. If I see a friend of mine or someone that I know fighting on TV, I get up, if they land something, I jump off the couch, I'm screaming, I'm running around. So like, yeah, it definitely gets inside me. I feel it.
This right here is the part that I love. I want you to name drop. Name drop some of your best fighters that you have right now. Some of if they're not popular now, they want to be, like somebody who we need to watch out for. And some of the guys you actually fought that actually that's made it somewhere.
So I've trained with a lot of top tier guys. Right now, I'll name drop some guys. They're not my fighters. They're some of my training partners, and they're my old coaches. Still my coach, but my coach's fighters now. They're all in Bellator right now. Two of them are actually coaches at UFC gyms downtown. One's out of Wrigley. His name's Adil Benjinani. I have trouble pronouncing it, but he's unreal striker, like next level that you don't really see in those levels of fights. And not that Bellator is lower level, it's just the guys that have less than 10 fights, you don't see them strike at that level. Like, you see guys at the higher levels, like, top 10 that strike like that. So I can't wait to see what he's going to do.
That's good stuff.
But yeah, I've trained with a ton of UFC guys, Bellator guys, and you feel the difference of how much better, like just how much better in general they are. You can be a top tier guy in a local promotion, and you're lucky if you can hold a candle with those guys. Like, everyone is. I consider myself a good striker. Most of my fights are striking. Everyone's at least at my level. And then if you compare that to, they can also wrestle at a state champion high school wrestler level. They can also be black belt level jiu-jitsu, even though they're not a black belt. But it's crazy how good guys are now.
Dang, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
if someone's in Chicago, they want to get in touch with you, or they're at home right now looking at this and they want to find you, find out information on you, how to contact you to get more training information from you, how would they contact you?
I would tell them to go on Instagram. I'm Austin94Lew, L-E-W on Instagram. It's a little light right now. I'm building it back up. I'm gonna start posting more. So if you see anything like, oh, this guy hasn't posted in a few years, that's why. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram if you're looking to start striking a little bit.
I appreciate you, Austin. UFC Gym, y'all know where to find them. This is Get In Where You Fit In.
All right, so I'm just gonna show a basic Thai kick. We're gonna throw it from our back leg. So a Thai kick is a round kick. There's a few different ways to throw a round kick. You can throw it in karate or taekwondo, traditionally based. That's where we chamber, extension, retraction. Thai kick, we throw all of our weight into it, and it's a more powerful kick. We kick more with our shin, do some serious damage. So when I do this, my first step, I'm going to take a step with my leg that I'm not kicking with. So in this case, my front leg, my left leg. I'm going to step and open up my hip a little bit. I'm going to start turning my heel towards my target. Not all the way. I'm going to point my toes to the left. Next, I'm going to lead with my hip, and I'm going to have my leg not completely straight. I'm going to bend it a little bit. I'm going to think of it as a baseball bat. I'm going to bring this leg forward and swing it like a baseball bat. To do that, this base foot is going to pivot all the way to where my heel is facing my target at the end. So it's all going to happen at once, just like that. When we do this, we end up horizontally across the bag. Try not to come straight up like that. If you can come down, that's fine, but we're more worried about coming straight across. So I take this step, lead with my hip, swinging it like a baseball bat. Hand that on the side that isn't kicking is up by our temple. We can take our hand on the side that we're kicking with, fan it across our body. Try not to just swing it past your butt. Use it to get yourself to turn over. So we're thrusting it across our body. So once full speed, I'm right here. Right there. Take that step. Watch my base foot when I pivot. So that snap is going to come from me pivoting my base foot at the end. One more time. That's a Thai kick.